What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Miles. I'm a 23-year-old full-time Amazon online arbitrage seller. Post 3 videos a week to help you make more money on Amazon. In the last 12 months, I've done about $2 million in sales via Amazon FBA. And in this video, we're talking with my students Caj and Joshua, who I actually started working with back in April when they were doing around 20 grand a month in sales, retail arbitrage, some private label and everything. And now this month they're going to do about 60,000 in sales, pretty much only online arbitrage and everything. So I've been lucky to help them get going with OA and everything like that. All the type of sourcing methods, product types and everything like to go through in my coach program that we did and everything. So if you're interested in applying for that, take a look in the link below on that. And I hope you enjoy the interview with Caj and Josh. Let's get into it. Caj and Josh, thanks for joining me, boys. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's been 5 months now at this point since we first got on the phone back in April and everything, but things have changed definitely on your guys' end. So what are you at so far for August?
I actually didn't check this morning yet, but I think we're about like 57 or 58 probably.
Good. Yeah, so I think probably around a 3x since April or so, right around there, 3-4x.
Actually, like by the end of this month, it'll be exactly 3x.
Cool. Yeah, good. Yeah. So that shows, right? Stuff works when you get the right sauce and everything. So how have things changed? Are you buying different items? Are you just buying differently, buying more better items, or a combination of all of it?
A combination of everything. So when we first joined your coaching program in April or May, whatever it was, we had just started doing online arbitrage.
Oh, that was it.
Yeah. So we had actually started PL and then started adding in RA. And then transitioned to OA. When we started doing OA, it was just not clicking. So we're like, we need help.
It's tough, yeah, because you gotta whether it's even just manually like looking at websites or stuff. The key is now you know how to get all those buy costs down. You see, oh, I got 10% off here. I got a 15 off code on this and everything. And what's it like sharing responsibility with the operation too? Because I know there's a lot of people who either want to go this route or everything, but I don't personally know how to help them do it correctly that well. I feel like
yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. I think like we have two very different roles. Caj usually takes care of the more like financial stuff with like card statements, like knowing like when to spend money and when not, to like hold it back a little bit. I'm more like the sourcing side, so I'm pretty much digging into sourcing almost full time with a little bit of prep here and there, and that's kind of how we kind of split it up. It seems to work very well because it seems like two very different sides of the business, and we're both attacking it and kind of keeping tabs on everything. So I think that's like super helpful in the long run.
Yeah, and for the audience, I'd love to kind of speak on the card statement side of things, basically. So essentially, with your credit cards, you have a statement date and a payment date. And if you spend right after the statement date ends, that money isn't due till the next payment date. So kind of contextualize it for you guys watching. So my Capital One card, the statement ends the 24th. So the money I spend till the 24th, so up until the 24th of August, was due September 20th. But the money I've spent now, the 25th, 26th, 27th, so on, isn't due till October 20th. So waiting those extra days made a huge difference in terms of the payback period, which obviously leverage adds risk, everything like that. I totally get it's not for everyone on everything, but that was really helpful for me, as we're going and everything like that. So yeah,
and that's kind of what we've been doing. Like our new billing statement just started a couple days ago, and we just hammered it so hard because it's like if you whatever you do at the beginning of the statement, it's like, especially if it's moving fast, you can pretty much make all of that money and the profit back before the statement's even over.
Yeah, it's as long as you're buying stuff that's liquid and everything, which is another thing I really need to do with people, is setting that essentially more so like a soft ceiling in terms of what you want to buy, just to make sure you're buying stuff that's liquid and everything. Because 80% ROI is great, but if it's not going to sell, it's going to take a while to sell.
Speed.
Yeah, and because it's such a replicatable process, because there's such volume on some items that you can buy so much of them and everything, just keep turning it and ripping. And that's when the compounding really kicks in, once you see it really churning after a few months and such and everything. And the nice part is we're just getting out of August, right? We got September, October, will be so in terms of like just the grand scheme of things, and then it really jacks up November, December on stuff and everything. So I'm sure you guys are excited for your first
before
going.
First we did OA Q4.
I feel like we did like a lot of like RA Q4, and that was like absolutely nuts. So I'm definitely excited to do like OA. I think that's just going to be a new like level in terms of like quarter four and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because it's more so even just scaling out, like based on like how much capital you have, and then how much you can get around cancels and such too on stuff, which naturally will be an issue. It's not going to be like needing to drive around, but that's not to be said though that there might be some stuff even I'm driving around for, because it's worth it for like the certain type of margins and profit per unit or whatever, all different stuff. So what's the split now? Because I know it was RA and PL when we got started, and I want to hear about how the PL stuff's doing as well. But what's the split now, business wise?
It's pretty much all away.
Yeah.
Really, no private label still.
So the private label product was seasonal.
I was like, I remember.
It was seasonal, and for multiple reasons, we just decided not to replenish for right now.
Oh, okay.
It may or may not come back in the future, and we definitely want to get back into PL, but at the moment we're just focusing completely on OA.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that because you already gone through that process of launching a listing, getting reviews and everything, so that skill doesn't go away. It just might be for more of a product that's more evergreen, right? Can be done year round or something like that. And you guys got to talk about that stuff more on the page too. We'll plug it at the end definitely. But people should know that you have that aspect too, because that's going to open up a lot of doors from people curious about it. And everything like that. And so what's been the main just product acquisition strategy? Is it just all the stuff I like to do basically?
Yeah, Josh just got us hooked up with a bulk discount gift card buying program, which was sick.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
So how is that managing with cancels? This is just strictly on sites you have a good you have a good inclination you're not going to get cancels on from
exactly
experience?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just all sites that we know that like don't cancel at all, or cancel very rarely just because they don't have the stock. And we just kind of manage that. Yeah.
Sweet. So what percentage off are you going to be getting, like ballpark?
Yeah, so we could get anywhere from 14 to 7, usually between those two numbers.
Sweet. All right, so we'll have to talk about this after that, potentially off camera and everything. But that's interesting, right? And especially for anyone who's doing retail arbitrage, there is no reason not to do discounted gift cards.
I agree.
In store, 1,000%, right? Because you figure, let's say even if it's already part time, right? It's like outlets or something like that. That's like $2,000 to spend a weekend or something like that. You save 8% on that, or 10% on it, or 5%, right? You're saving $80 compounded over the long term. Could be like extra $1,000 a year, an extra $2,000 a year once a weekend, a few times a month, a few weekends a month, different stuff like that, which is amazing. On that and everything. But yeah, so what is kind of like, what are some of the things you thought were true about Amazon in April and March that you now know aren't true, or like what are some kind of, I guess, paradigm shifts on stuff? Because I could riff on a ton of mine, and I actually made a good video about it the other day too.
That's a good question. I mean, because we've been in the game for so long, just not really like full time. Right. I feel like we kind of knew the Amazon space really well. It was more so just we just didn't know how to read Keepa.
Confidence. Okay, well it's an important one, definitely.
Like I feel like a lot of people can say like, oh, like I spend like 2 hours on my business a week and all that kind of stuff, and people can kind of get like caught up in that. So we knew as like Amazon sellers, like there's no shot. Like we were doing private label, which is like literally nothing, like no prep center, no nothing, and we were like we could probably spend maybe 2 hours a week. But we still have to like monitor like ads, where our shipments coming from, and all that sort of stuff. So we like had our busy seasons and we had like our not busy seasons. I think that was one thing that I was like when I first read it, like listened to it, I was like, there's no shot, but like I know it's going to be hard, but like I know like the upside reward to it. So I was like, I didn't really care that much.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to be at this for years, you know what I mean? Like in the grand scheme of like business and stuff, like 5 months is really, really short and everything. We're not even into the best part of the year. Like there's no reason not to each take home like 10 grand of profit, into like really no reason. Like it'd be irresponsible not to, even I would say, with the and yeah, well the nice part is like we'll all still, everyone gets lifetime access to it. Like we'll be getting after it on all that kind of stuff too and everything like that. So mainly taking advantage of that PA sales tax, shoes, clothing, apparel.
Yeah. Yep.
My guys, that is exactly what I did. The second it's like, we're in Westchester, wherever. It's like exactly right there. Geographic advantage, right? Those of you who are watching this who are in Los Angeles, wholesale probably makes more sense to you because you got all that wholesale distribution, no sales tax, B2B, all that. If you're in Delaware, Montana, Oregon, or New Hampshire, you have big advantage, no sales tax on anything. There's some other states that have specific ones similar to PA, everything like that. You got to hammer those competitive advantages.
Yes. So I mean, once you no sales tax plus Rakuten plus credit card plus discount gift card. It's just you just manufacture your own margin.
That's a very good way to put it. Yeah, and so for anyone who's kind of missing that point, right? So obviously we have the cost we pay for the item and then the ROI we get back from Amazon, but there's a bunch of ways to add additional margin to that, which just went into using Rakuten and credit card cash back. That's 2 right there. Discounted gift cards. What I missed? There's one I missed in there.
I don't even remember what I said, but then another one would just be like having your account set up at the stores where
loyalty rewards.
Yeah. So once you stack all of those, it's like, I just got this. And then if you buy it on sale already, it's like you're getting stuff at 50% off.
Yeah, sweet.
That's the only thing about gift cards that is like a little bit annoying. Like you don't get like those rewards from like Dix.
That is true. Yeah,
I factored that in. Like I remember like, oh my gosh, we have like $80 at Dix. Sweet.
And well, the math can even be in favor of not using the gift cards.
Exactly. Yeah. So you gotta look out for that.
And then there's also the arguments like, okay, some sites it doesn't always track correctly, as in the rewards. Like, okay, it's just all best judgment in terms of stuff.
Depends on the transaction.
Either or. Like I was talking to one dude who was the other night. He's running. He creates new accounts on the website every month. And with birthdays that are that month, and rips it's interesting stuff. And it's great. Like,
that is a top level finagle. I've never heard of that.
And everything, absolutely. So, what do you guys think? Like a year from now, is it wholesale now? Is it still mainly OA with some more private label lines, or what's the vibe you guys think?
We're definitely thinking about wholesale.
Yeah.
Sure. We just got hooked up with a very good prep center in Delaware. So starting to send some OA stuff there.
Good.
And they have wholesale capacity too, which we're excited about.
Yeah, it'd even be cool. You guys, because we live close, so you probably even like visit them or something. You know what I mean? Just make sure the operation.
Just drive by, make sure they're not just throwing our stuff in a dumpster.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, absolutely, and that's very convenient. That'll be good. Getting that no sales tax on everything, because now, obviously, other categories pop off as well, toys, stuff like that. For Q4, we'll do. Like I sent like a gazillion toys to our warehouse in Delaware last year that we don't have anymore, and just drove it home to PA and MF'd all of it. To be honest, and it did well and everything. It was just like a little. But and like when I buy a computer, I would just go. Now that I think about it, if you ever buy like a computer, you got to send it there. Send it to the prep center.
They go pick it up. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Definitely. On that, so you guys got a ton of stuff going on now. You got the Instagram account. I know, Caj, you have the podcast. Or both of you guys do the podcast together?
Just
so that I do.
That's why.
I do that podcast with another friend. So we talk about all sorts of stuff on there. But Josh was our first guest on it, and we.
Oh, there we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we dove.
It was talking about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we dove into kind of our origin stories and how we got into business together, which was fun.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. And you guys, I assume you guys known each other for a while.
Yeah, for a very long time, since like middle school.
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Cool. And were either you guys interested in business back then, or even like recent years, or is it kind of just a niche you found as of late?
Yeah, so Caj definitely started like the whole like entrepreneur business side of things back in like high school, and we've kind of continued on that track from there. And when we found Amazon, it was probably early middle college.
Probably like freshman and sophomore year when we started PL.
It's funny because I can remember the ads for online arbitrage from those days, and I'm like,
well, because of ungating, like online arbitrage didn't exist as we know it today until like 2 years ago, basically. Once I think it was like during pandemic when everyone I think toys is what really popped off, because pools didn't need ungating, but toys did. So that's what I think people started figuring out there. And luckily I had my ears to the streets, even though I wasn't doing it. Like eventually I was like, dude, you can just get Nike ungated using eSpay. I was like, for real? And then 2 months later I tried, and it was just go time. Within a month I was doing $1,000 a day in sales and everything like that. But sounds good. All right, boys, plug the Instagram for the people.
Yes. So our Instagram, it's C and J FBA. So C for Caj and then J for Josh, and then just spell out and FBA.
Yeah, C and J FBA. Yeah. You guys go follow the lads on that. So it's been a pleasure to help these guys a little bit as they go and everything. I'm excited to see a clean 100 bands screenshot in December, probably even more on that and everything. But yeah, it's been
Hopefully
fun.
a lot more.
And everything, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
thanks for having us
so much,
on.
Miles.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. For anyone who's interested, check out the link in the description. Make sure to subscribe. Go follow these guys on the gram as well. Have a great day.